Hey guys, it's Luke. Well, uh, yeah, I've been here now in Singapore for a little over a week now, and I tell you, it's been pretty hard to vlog because I've been distracted by almost anything. I'll take my camera with me, and I'll even just forget that I have it on me. So today I'm heading into Dolby Got. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not too good with it. Heading into like the shopping district and the nice park district of Singapore. So hopefully in this vlog, I remember to keep filming. All right, so let's head into the city and check out some sights. The entrance and exit to my brother's apartment complex is just spectacular. I would dare say it's even almost resort level landscaping. It is fantastic. Singapore is just like an ever-growing city, and this is kind of the adoption that Australia should really take, is starting to build up, not out. Just create these wonderful landscaped and family-centric areas. So the place where my brother lives has 3 or 4 swimming pools. It's got a gym facility. It's got like barbecue pavilions. It's got a basketball court, tennis court. I think I already said it's got a gym, and it's even got, yeah, like air-conditioned pavilions. So, you know, the accommodations themselves aren't too big, but they do have the facilities. You know, if you want to have friends over for a party or a barbecue, or, you know, just having a good time, the facilities are there to accommodate anything like that. And it's pretty incredible, I think. It's fantastic. Everything but the weather. Thankfully, I lived in Florida last year for 12 months. Otherwise, right now, I'd probably be melting. But this is quite a pleasant Florida day, the equivalent. So, yeah. But we're going to head down into the MRT and catch a train. Now, here in Singapore, it's actually quite expensive to own a car. That's why you don't really see many traffic jams or anything like that here in Singapore. But that is also why places like the MRT here are very popular. Now, most of the MRT system is actually underground, which I guess is for 2 reasons here. The limited space here in Singapore for a transportation system, and the weather. At a moment's notice, I mean, it's worse than Florida. It could rain 1 second and then be sunny, and then monsoon for 5 minutes and then be sunny again. It is unpredictable. So let's head into the MRT. Thankfully though, right now, it's actually pretty good weather. I always bring an umbrella, but I don't know if you can see that. Other side maybe? I don't know. But either way, I always bring an umbrella when I'm in tropical destinations, because you never know what the weather is going to be like. And down, down, down we go. This isn't actually the deepest train station that I've been in the last week. There are ones which go much, much deeper underground, and I think they're also used as nuclear and also chemical warfare bunkers as well, which sadly in this region is something that is definitely on people's minds. And another great thing about the transportation system here is it is very, very accurate. Hi.
Attention please. The
Here
train
comes
approaching platform B will end its service at Dolby Court. The train approaching platform B will end its service at Dolby Court.
So just walking up this way because I really want to show you something cool about the train system here as well. This train has no driver.
Sure.
And the stations themselves are absolute hives. Here you can go basically from one end of the Singapore retail district to the other, completely either underground or at least within an air-conditioned area. And first up, it's time to check out Plaza Singapura. One thing that's also weirdly popular in Singapore is Milo. Now, not just in bottles, but you go to a McDonald's and you can have your meal with a Milo. You go to Hungry Jack's, or sorry, Burger King, you can have your meal with a Milo. You go to KFC, you go to any cafe, and they will have an actual Milo machine. And we thought it was popular in Australia. My goodness, they've just taken it to a whole nother level here. It's insane. And so as I left it a little late today, here is my lunch. And the weird thing about KFC is they have it here with Coca-Cola. Not just that, it's Coca-Cola original taste, less sugar, which us Australians rejected that idea when they brought out Coca-Cola Life and Pepsi Next. But here in Singapore, the government has made it mandatory that I guess they need to serve less sugar drinks. All right, I'll see you after. And so I had my KFC lunch down below there. And as you can see, it goes down for a fair bit while, but still, it goes up for just as much. Well, there was definitely one thing I wasn't expecting to see on my adventures here in Singapore. Like, what? So cool. Just your regular, everyday, dingy spotlight store. Incredible. Yeah, well, now I'm actually up here. It's pretty high, but here on this floor they have the cinemas, as well as a time zone there, and lots of cool toys and merchandise stores. Like here is my kind of store. Sadly, among all the signs in the store, not allowed any cameras in there, but that was all cool. That was actually a really cool store. A lot of Tintin, a lot of vintage Disney, really cool stuff. I mean, just look at that window, for example. There's so much stuff. So this is more newer stuff, but they had a lot of vintage toys in there. It was really, really cool. All right, so there we go. That was Plaza Singapura, which is above the Dhoby Ghaut train station. Now, the weird thing is about Five Guys, there's a lot of influences, blah, blah, blah. Let me start that again. The weird thing about Singapore is there's a lot of different influences from different countries here. The American, like the Western and the Asian fusion here is actually quite incredible. End up with places like, you know, Five Guys, Shake Shack, which are basically the same as their American counterparts. But then you have the chicken places like KFC, which really have to step up their game and do something different. McDonald's here, they do amazing fried chicken. I remember when McDonald's Australia tried to do it, and it really just ended up tasting like flour and disappointment. Whereas here, the flavors are amazing. Because I guess more than America, I think they eat way more fried chicken down this way. And so yeah, all the different fast food joints and other places have to really step up their game to make themselves step apart from the rest of the chicken game. So it's for a fatty like me, it's really a fried chicken paradise. It really is. So now I'm here at Fort Canning Park, and there is something that's been popping up on my Instagram feeds for the last few months. And well, I thought I'd check it out, but there is a pretty long queue. You know how you always see those Instagram in reality kind of reels? Well, yeah, I kind of experienced that myself just a moment ago, and it is called the Fort Canning Tree Tunnel. And my goodness, the line was literally out the tunnel just to get a photo of a tunnel that leads to trees. So let's see what it looks like from the top down, and then I'll show you basically all the huffle and kerfuffle to actually get the photo. Like it's not a sinkhole or anything. I mean, it's just a unassuming road that leads to some stairs here. But then if you look down there, there's people there who are, you know, posing for their photo. That just leads, you know, looks up to a nice tree. I mean, that's all this really is. Getting it posed just right. Like, what the heck? And that's basically all it really is. And then there's just a nuts amount of people just lying down through this tunnel here to take that photo. Like bonkers crazy. Like, okay, I get it, it's pretty, but man, it's not like it's a photo with Mickey or anything. Come on now. Would I like a photo taken there? Absolutely. But you know what? Probably at night time when it's a little less busy. If it is a little less busy at night, who knows? It's probably even busier at night than this. But yeah, onwards and downwards, because we're heading back into the MRT to head off to our next destination. I was going to head to Orchard Road, but during the day it just basically looks like another shopping street. So nothing really interesting to see right now. I might go again tomorrow night. We'll see how everything works out. But right now, let's head down and see where the train takes me. But first, a quick stop off to get a bottle of water. Ta-da! 7 Select drinking water. Basically like Dasani in America, it's filtered tap water. Usually, especially with this backpack, this small backpack, I do carry around a little white water bottle with me. Thanks to Mandy. Mandy bought that for me for my baptism. And it's just a really handy water bottle for this backpack. But my brain was pretty much everywhere when I was packing. I remembered a few things like, you know, umbrella and summer clothes, but I forgot like basic things like getting my sunglasses fixed and yeah, my water bottle. Anyway, I should probably have a drink and then we continue on our adventure. And of course, the giraffe here in Singapore lives on. I'd probably record some in there, but bit finicky about recording children, especially in toy stores. But there it is, guys. Toys R Us. There's quite a fair few of them here in Singapore. Check out my Instagram. There's a couple of photos of me in there. So yeah, lots and lots to discover here at Suntec City. And then of course, this is a small version, but they have the larger flagship store next door. And here we are at the shops at Marina Bay Sands. Now this place is quite a cool shopping center with theaters, expo center, and of course, as we've seen plenty of times from the outside, the famous Marina Bay Sands Hotel. Here you'll find mainly like high-end shopping with a few little shops. Well, when I say little, I mean more affordable shops thrown in between. And one of the cool parts about this shopping center is obviously, as you saw, there was a canal that goes through the middle where you can, for a small fee, take boat rides right through the middle. But one of the coolest little secrets here at the Marina Bay shops is inside this Apple store here. Now, if we look into it, it really doesn't look like much of an Apple store at all, until you notice up the back, there be escalators. And that is where the magic of this Apple store hides. Alrighty, let's take a trip up here and see what it is we find. It's almost like that Denis Villeneuve film, Arrival. And up here, you will actually find the Apple Store proper. With what can only be described as some of, if not the best views of the city.
Amazing, right? And then for this one.
And during normal operating hours, they have the doors here where you can come out and check this view out here at the Apple Store at Marina Bay Sands shops here in Singapore. That's downtown Singapore over there. Convention center over there. And of course, over on the other side there, we have the Merlion. And that's pretty much Singapore in a nutshell, is just amazing architecture, environmental sustainability, and just absolute livability. And that's what I love about this place. The only problem with Singapore is it is super expensive to live here. But usually a lot of the times, if you get a decent job, that's usually, you know, kind of pays for it. But yeah, just, man, this place is fantastic. Isn't it weird though? A Microsoft nerd like me geeking out over an Apple store. Gosh, I tell you what, even me from 6 years ago would not believe that every time I travel now, I try and visit an Apple store. Truth is, Apple stores themselves now are becoming like landmark stores you really want to visit. Like, who wouldn't want a view of Singapore like this, you know? Amazing to take photos and encapsulate your trip to Singapore with an amazing shot of you standing in front. Standing in front of the Merlion without the crowds. That is just, my goodness, this place, this Apple store is just incredible. And of course then another glorious view of the hotel. And the glass being tinted for photographers, you just need a polarizer lens. And then you've already got yourself an ND filter, because this glass is already got its own tint on here, and you can come away with some excellent photos. In fact, I dare say you could probably even do a 360 panorama photo if you've got enough time, which sadly I haven't invested in a polarizing filter for this camera yet. And boy, would it have come in handy so many times already. But yeah, Apple Store shops at Marina Bay Sands. Incredible. And back down we go into the shops. And then finally, you can probably hear it, is one of the coolest art installations, which, as you know, I'm always a sucker for a water feature. And here at the Marina Bay Sands, there's a fountain which simulates the sound of the ocean, as well as, well, it just looks pretty. And it's almost done. Still got that tiny bit of water left to come through. Those people on that boat ride were actually quite lucky. And there we go. Now just a gentle sprinkling. There we go. So now I'm heading off to City Hall to meet up with my brother who's just finished work, and he's going to take me to a mall called the Funan Mall, which apparently is one of the coolest malls here in Singapore. So I look forward to seeing that. But I thought, you know, check out the fountain, maybe see if I could touch it to get some, well, every now and then they will stop the middle part of the fountain to allow you to go in there and touch it. And I guess they believe that if you touch this fountain, it will bring you great wealth and prosperity. Whereas for me, you know, if wishing wells and fountains were actually a thing that works, I would be quite the luckiest and richest man on earth right now. But alas, they are not meant to be. Wow, that's a pretty cool boat. Maybe next time. Yeah, I think it's 4 times a day they stop the fountain. You just walk up that little path there into the circle in the middle and receive your fortune. I mean, other than just looking good, fountains here in Singapore work a lot like evaporative air conditioners, because my goodness, it is humid, but standing here in front of this fountain is definitely a temperature change, especially with the wind blowing in my direction. That, and I am just not used to being surrounded by such tall buildings. I mean, in the city where I come from now, Adelaide, they've only just in the last few years started branching out on their high-rise buildings and high-rise accommodations. Adelaide's actually almost looking like a real city. But yeah, Singapore, man. And this isn't even downtown. This is just, you know, a little ways over. Oh, wow. This is cool. I like this. There's a few around, which makes it kind of cool. You know, you and a friend, you know, instead of, you know, sitting somewhere boring, you can just sit, have a swing, have a chat. Wow, this is the closest I've gotten to like B-roll footage on this trip too. I'm not that much of a B-roll kind of guy with my vlogs, as you probably noticed in that snow, the Auckland snow, when I'm like, I feel like such an idiot when I do B-roll footage. Wow, but this is kind of cool. Yeah, I think I might stay here for a bit. Like, yeah, I got time. I got time for a swing. A lovely breeze. That's probably as clear of a sky as I've had since being here in Singapore. The fountain is literally just over there. Got the Singapore big bus. And so there's just a few swings splattered around this courtyard. And here we are in Funan, and smack bang in the middle is Climb Central. This dude here has barely gotten off the ground and is already struggling. Actually, no, he's doing pretty good. As he goes up, he clips himself in. Yeah, you wouldn't find me doing this anymore. And it just keeps going. Funan. Oakley stores. Superdry. There's cinemas up there as well. And of course, just like America, a good old razor store. And here inside the actual shopping center is a bike lane. So you can actually ride your bike through the shopping center. What place is that? Like, and then just straight in. That's pretty cool. So not as impressive as B&H Photo in New York, but lots of cool stuff in there. There's a Xiaomi store here, a Dell store over there. This is like tech nerd heaven right here, friends. And this is all just on one floor, and here's, I believe this is a Singapore exclusive brand called Prism. Hey Mark, is this exclusive to Singapore?
I'm pretty sure it's their brand, yeah.
Some pretty cool TVs and sound systems here. And they're quite cheap as well. And they do everything here, like air conditioners and basically you name it, they do it. And then Game Mark Z. Just game shop upon game shop. And then in here, again, some nice D-box chairs there. And here we have a Best. And now for the grand finale of the vlog of Singapore in general and the retail areas. It's time to present you vloggers to what can only possibly be described as my favorite supermarket in Singapore, Don Don Donki. Bonsai! And there you go, that was Don Don Donki. Well everyone, thank you for joining me on this quick gallivant around Singapore and some of its shops. Don Don Donki, hey, I love it. Alright guys, well that'll do for this one. Until the next vlog, remember to hit that subscribe button, the thumbs up, the bell, you know what to do. Until then guys, our vlog.
Later.
$65. $65.0. What? $40.
4 packets and a tin.
Yeah. Well,
And you're 3 packets and a tin, right?
wait, can I choose?
Is that right, Alex?
Can I have this one, this one, and that one?
No.
What?
That's $20. That's $11.
Well, guess what? I am now going to hand the camera over to Alex and we'll see what he does with the camera. Alright, here we go. Oh, there you go, now you're recording. So when you press, there you go, so it says record.
Hello, my name is Alex. Hello. Here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go. Why is it still
Choose a tin, Alex.
tin and one
What's that,
card?
Alex? You need to unlock the cabinet. Yeah, just we'll get some 2 things.
So these kids, instead of being food motivated, they're Pokemon card motivated. So yesterday when we went for the walk, if they went so far without complaining, they would get a pack of Pokemon cards. And so that's what we're here getting right now. All right, let's have a look. What did you get? You just got the tin?
Yep.
And what did you get? Oh, nice. Let's hope there's some good cards in there, hey?
Maybe for home? Only doing this. At home. Sure.